All right, Cancer, here we go. We haven't done one of these in a while. Haven't had time. Been so busy with October. It's Cure for Cancer. And see, these are basically all signs readings. It's where I, who is studying the soulmate cycle, takes a look at the fucking cycle. These are basically all signs readings. It's called Cure for Cancer because Cancer is the hot spot of the connection cycle. It's for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus, or anybody who finds it. Doesn't matter. You're all part of a cycle. That said, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if you're here, you're supposed to be. And this reading, like all Cure for Cancers, is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. That's it. That's all I got to say on it. It's a whole playlist of these. We've been doing this for a while. So the energies right now are pretty intense. Today, in particular, is a good day to stay the fuck away from people. I'll tell you that. Okay. Well, I don't say anything that's not in the energy for, I don't joke about anything here or say anything that's not in the energy. Here's what we got. My Cancerians and everyone else that's here. Doesn't matter what your sign is, I suppose, but it is Cure for Cancer, so we'll go ahead and single them out. There's your person, the divine masculine on the other side of this connection. There they are, sitting there on their papasan chair, right? What are they doing? I don't know. Nothing. Crossed by the hanged man. Literally, there's your person. There they are, sitting there under all these energies. Everything that's come in from the 10-10 portal all the way up, all of October's energy, massive energies. I'm not even going to run through it all. In fact, all of the energy going back to Lionsgate on August 8th. There they are. That's what he's thinking. Male or female? Getting some perspective. Why? Because it's all flowing. The Six of Cups, all the nostalgia, all the deja vu, all the dreams, all the past life energy flowing in. The moon crossing the Six of Cups. It's all coming up from the depths. There's that Queen of Cups in the Light Seer deck because she's a redhead. There she is underwater. She can't hold her breath too much longer. But underwater, it's all coming up to the surface. All of it. Spiritual. Hierophant. Spiritual lessons, person waking up, feeling everything, all of it. And bookending that Emperor is 8 swords. It's, oh shit, what do I do upright? This person, in the Cancer angle in particular, this person knows exactly what they want to do. They're just afraid to do it, but there's no fear attached to this. It's just anxiety. It's just, oh shit, what do I do upright? Right? They know they need to do something. I don't know. Right now. That's a snapshot of your person. I stuck a camera in their window and I took a picture of them. That's what they're doing. Okay. Let's shuffle the deck. Cure for Cancer reading. We do 5 cards from the bottom. The environmental energy. The energy around them. The air they're breathing, energetically speaking. And up here we do 4 cards up top for how they're behaving in that energy. And we clarify them, of course. Let's see where we go. Where's the soulmate cycle at? We got big readings coming up. We got another eclipse reading coming up next week, right? The eclipse is on the 8th. Probably pull that reading on Sunday, the 6th. And we've got the 11-11 portal coming up, which I'm going to probably pull right on top of the portal. I'm going to pull it as close to it as I can when the energy gets the strongest. See where we're at right now. There's a lot of deja vu, a lot of dreams, a lot of nostalgia. There's that Neptune influence. There's Mars retrograde, which I pulled on. You should watch that. I got a card that flew out of the deck and is landed on the floor. I will pick it up in a second. It will be part of our environmental energy. But it's usually 5. It'll be the 6th card. Okay? It's on the floor right now. I'm looking at it. Flem the parrot's staring right at it. It's not food, buddy. It's not. Does that look like a fucking seed? Okay. Apparently to him it does. Here we go. 5 cards from the bottom. The 7 of Wands is our baseline energy here. Well, yeah, I just showed you an Emperor, a little snapshot of them sitting there crossed by a hanged man. She looked pretty peaceful, right? I love her hair. She looked pretty peaceful, right? Peaceful. Somebody's just keeping the high ground right now. Again, we had the 8 of Swords there. Oh shit, what do I do upright? Well, it's coming back. It's not the 8 of Swords, but it is the 10 of Wands. It's getting harder and harder and harder for this person to sit there. It's harder and harder and harder for her to sit in that pose, right? She hungry. She need to go to the kitchen. You're not going to be able to eat like that. You're going to have to pull those hands apart unless you're going to eat like an animal with your, with your mouth. No offense, Flam the parrot. Anyway, heavy, heavy, heavy. Center card in the environmental energy, 3 of Wands. Thinking about it. That's the energy that's coming off of it. Thinking about it. Mm-hmm. The good news is she does have her suit on. She is out there. Her car is safely locked up. She got the surfboard off it. You don't want to leave the board on the car parked up up by the road. Somebody will come by in a truck and steal that sucker. She got it. It's fine. Thinking about it. Justice is the next card in the environmental energy. It's a little bit of, oh shit, what do I do as well? It's a little balanced energy, which is justice, is happiness to us in the 3D. It implies somebody's unhappy because look at all this. It's getting harder and harder to pretend they're happy and pretend everything's fine. It's getting harder for that emperor to do nothing, right? We had 8 swords bookending him. Here's 10 wands represent. Look at that person. That's hard. They don't even have a car. They got a little cow, right? She's tempted to go in the water. 9 of Pentacles. This person here coming towards you, we got to see what this 6th card is. Now the actual 6th card here would be the 3 of Cups. Okay? There's a 3rd energy in play here. That's not always what that means, but there is. I got to get this card off the floor. All right? And I'm going to pick it up just as it landed. It landed just like that. You could probably see why Flem the Parrot thought it was a seed. It looks like in the middle there's something to eat. Now we're going to flip it the way I flip cards. So we get an exact. It's the 6 of Wands reversed. All right? This person is worried. I knew it anyway before. I just wanted to add this energy. All right? We're going to say that this 6 of Wands reversed crosses the 3 of Wands. All right? Again, I get this energy for you of someone who doesn't, and this has come up before, and please don't take it literally. Someone doesn't believe that you're for real. You can't be real. They don't believe that I see it here with this. It's almost like she's laughing and snickering as she holds back on the high ground. No way are they good enough. Is Cancer good enough? Is the non-runner good enough to have a falcon and have all this? There's no way. There's no way they got 3 houses. There's no way they got all those pentacles. There's no way they're as free as they say they are to do whatever they want. Right? There's no way. Nobody lives like they've never come across anybody like you, and it's not very believable. Cancer often isn't. Now, you may say, well, you said this was an all signs reading, and I'm not a Cancer. And yeah, you sound like that. The whole soulmate cycle that you're a part of is Cancer. I don't care if you're a Pisces, if you're an Aquarius, if you're a Libra, an Aries. I don't give a fuck. If you're part of this cycle, which you are, if you're here, you wouldn't be attracted to my channel if you weren't. You're a Cancer. You're an honorary Cancer as part of this cycle. Cancer is the cardinal water sign. The cycle is made of Cancerian energy. Cancer is the host. Like Mr. Rourke on Fantasy Island. Cancer is the host. It's tough. Cancers can be very unbelievable. A lot of other signs don't believe that somebody can be both loyal and if you cross them, they'll fuck you up. Kind of. But there's this loving energy with Cancerian energy, and there's this also not to cross them. Right? And there's a loyalty that comes with it. All of which, this person's not used to. So there's an energy here where she almost doesn't believe that if she goes in the water, she's going to be able to surf. Right? Or that it's great water. She heard this was a great beach. Right? And she, I don't believe it. I've surfed a lot of beaches and, this is just going to be like any other. They don't believe on some level that you're for real. All right? Now, there is a 3rd energy in play here. I'm going to pull one deeper. And it's one that's past its expiration date, 8 of Cups, that they need to walk away from. They would have to walk away from this third energy, whether it's within them or an external energy, to come toward you. But they're not sure that you're really the Sun or the Nine of Cups, right? The wish fulfilled. There is an uncertainty energy that sort of floats around here. That's represented by what fell on the floor that Flem the parrot almost ate. You should apologize. He's not going to. Almost ate. That Six of Wands reversed. Now, this is the environmental energy around them. All right? You're not for real. And some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, and some of you have to apply it. But this person doesn't want to believe that you're for real. It's almost like if they come in and talk to you, if they come in and tell you how they feel, and you guys were to become at least friends or something, it would shatter their whole world. It would. They almost don't want it to be true that you're who you claim to be or who you appear to be, right? Which is this. I love your hair too, by the way. All right? Let's see. How are they behaving in this energy? This is the environmental energy. Okay? How are they behaving? 4 cards. You ready? I'm ready. First card out, 5 of Pentacles. Leaving themselves out in the cold. What did I just get done saying? This person is, they don't want to, she doesn't want to believe that what's behind that door is awesome. It's great, right? They're used to just being disappointed, maybe. Used to bad news. That's the song that's ringing in my head for this. It's a Boston song off their 2nd album. It's called Used to Bad News. It's ringing in my head. I haven't heard it in decades. Unreal. I'm going to go listen to it after this reading. All they got to do, well, if speaking for myself, right? This is where, and when I say speaking for myself, speaking for you, right? I'm swimming in your energy. I'm swimming in the energy of this. I know who you are watching. I know what you expect here. So speaking as us, we would logically, if we don't believe something's true, or if it sounds too good to be true, but my God, if it is true, that's fantastic. We go check it out, wouldn't we? We'd put the key in the door and go check it out. This person doesn't want to do that. Again, there's an energy of someone who almost doesn't want it to be true, that you're who you are, that you're this soulmate, that you have something to show them, that life would be better with you. Probably because it changes a lot of things in their world, right? They might need to get a divorce. They might. And that's going to be hard, isn't it? That's the 10 of Wands is the direct bookend to the Justice card. These 2 cards go together. Normally it'd just be one single, but this one fell on the floor. So these 2 go together, these 2 go together, and these 2 go together. That's how the energy is read. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. What else? Strength. We have to see what's crossing that. Fakey McFakerman. See? That's these 2 go together, and these 2 go together. These are the bookends, and this one, and this one crosses this one. We got to get the whole picture. If we were to just read strength, we'd say, but I think they're going to pull it together, get the strength together, and put the key in the door and go in. What about the princess, right? No, they're not, because they just don't want to believe it. It's Fakey McFakerman energy on crack. That's why the Emperor is just sitting there. They're very attracted to you. I can say that too. That energy is there. There's a huge attraction here. You know, there really is. What's bookending the 5 of Pentacles? The Wall. The 9 of Wands. There it is. It's... I see how it's a burden here for this person to stay in this position. I can see why we had the 8 of Swords bookending the Emperor, right? It's, oh shit, what do I do now? They're operating under the old philosophical principle of if you don't know what to do, don't do anything at all. And that works in certain contexts, but here it's hurting them, okay? We've got the 9s of the end in tarot, fine. We got the Wall here. This is a tired energy around this. Defense is wearing down. It's getting harder and harder to keep up this fakey front with it crossing the Strength card because their heart chakra is opening under this energy. The spiritual energy of November. You know, with the 1111 portal alone, if that was the only thing happening, It's enough spiritual energy to crack open the heart chakra of even the most shut down person. All right? They're going to have to put that key in the door. They got themselves convinced that something's not right. Something doesn't smell right. Right? Something doesn't smell right. Okay. Let's clarify. Let's go. Yeah, witches. Witches. We're going to cut the deck first. I always go with the flow of energy. Your intuition, if you pull cards, do whatever your intuition tells you to do. All right? Yeah, okay. Let's go. Five of Pentacles. Let's give it a shuffle. Tell me about it. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's not my theme song. Okay, the Emperor. That's who's leaving themselves out in the cold, backing up the pre-shuffle. This is one of those readings I know it's going to piss off a lot of people. The truth always does. It's amazing to me. I pulled a singles read a little earlier today. Got the lowest like percentage, people disliking it left and right. And all I said in the reading was you got a really attractive energy around you. And I said, but you're kind of repelling people. Nothing might be happening because of an energy that I explained. Sometimes people don't want to hear it. It triggers them. I knew the reading would trigger. And that trigger, well, fuck this guy. I'm going to thumbs down this reading. I don't want to hear that. Okay. I mean, fine. But if you don't hear it, you won't fix it. That's your person. They just don't want to hear it. Fakey McFakerman is the queen of la 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 la. I can't hear you. La 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 la. Right? That's Fakey McFakerman. He's the queen of that. Everything's fine. They could be repossessing fake. This is my socialite card, right? They could be repossessing everything. Everything. But if there's one Maserati left in the garage, she'll drive it around like everything's fine. Everything's great. Look at me. Just to be seen. Well, gotta be happy. Everything here is the Emperor right there is the one who's keeping themselves out in the cold. Keeping himself on the throne. Yet they know. There you are off in the background growing. That can't be real. There you are free, right? Off in the background. No, that can't be real. People aren't like that. Look at me. I'm sitting here with all my stuff. Look at all this great stuff. Yeah, okay. You enjoy your stuff. I got stuff too, but I let people in my life, right? Which they just borrow my stuff. Maybe I shouldn't. But either way, Five of Pentacles. What's on top? Strength again. A lot of Leo energy here. You guys should go watch the Leo soap opera I pulled today. Especially if you're a Pink Floyd fan. I'll tell you what, it's all over that. This is not that you're dealing with Leo, of course. It is just forward movement. Boy, does that person want to put the key in. But they don't at the same time. Why is strength here? I have strength with Fakey here. What do I got strength with here? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. They don't want to. He doesn't want to put a hoof in the water here. The water is where the emotion is. The water is where Cancer lives, right? The crabs, right? I don't mean you have crabs. You might, but I don't mean you do. I'm not implying. But you live in the water. You live by the water, at the beach and all that kind of stuff. And this person's standing on land with their pentacle. They don't want to believe that it's true. And they're stubborn. There's a stubborn energy here with the Emperor crossing and the Strength card. It's stubborn. Now these two cards, I'm going to clarify them together. Okay? Tell me about this, because it's blended energy. It's Strength crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. And again, it's the same thing. It's saying the same kind of thing, except this is much more stubborn. All right, and it revolves, in this case, it revolves around someone actually standing up and coming to see if you're for real. But they don't want you to be. They don't want this connection to be real. All right, I ask when I pull this reading what they're thinking and feeling, not about actions. Under this energy, I understand why this person is like this in this energy. I have empathy for them. I understand it. Because this energy really makes you feel. That's out there right now. And this month is going to be hard for these runners. Not for the DFs. Not if you let the energy flow and take some of the suggestions I've offered you. But you do what you want. You know, it's fine. Tell me about this energy. Strength crossed by the Queen of Wands. The universe wants me to keep it together. I'm going to keep the energy together, and I see why now. All of this, these two are crossed by the Seven of Cups. Again, it's this, it's distracting themselves, right? Only one of these cups has anything worth grabbing in it. This person here just fakey McFakerman it's why I said the little metaphor I gave you of everything around this person's being repossessed. There's one Maserati left in the garage that they haven't come to take yet, and so there you go. Take that car out. It's fine. You know, everything's fine. Look at me. I'm terrific. I'm doing great. It's this energy of they don't want to think about it. They don't want to think about it. They're just grabbing at other things and going out with other people and hanging out with friends. And the more they pretend, the more confusion energy that builds up here. What's on top? It's all bullshit. Seven of Swords. You want proof of my energy read? I read the energy first, then I throw the cards. There it is. This fucker with the stupid hat. Seven Swords. It's all just a bunch of nonsense. It is. She driving around in that last Maserati in that metaphor, saying everything's fine. Look at me, I'm rich, right? I'm rich. I have known people like this. I have a friend, and I won't say his name, but he used to drive this car. It was about to be repossessed all the time. It was like a Cadillac. I mean, it was a really high-end car, right? It was like, and he was an actor. He did a couple of walk-ons on a couple of things, but he didn't really have any money. They was always about to repossess that car. He would drive that car up to events and places and get out of it and make people see him get out of it and stuff like that. It just, you know, act like he was the thing. He had nothing. He had nothing but the appearance that he was okay. This is an energy of that. So there's some sort of element of complete bullshit here. And I'm not saying your person's materialistic. I'm using it as a metaphor. All of it is nonsense because the more they try to distract themselves, the stronger the pull towards you gets. But they don't want to believe that it's true. Why? Why is that? We might get an answer. Why is the Seven of Swords here? That's why. Two of Pentacles. I've told you this before and I will say it again. This connection might feel dead to a lot of you. This person might have gone silent. If they haven't, they will at some point. Especially during November. It's possible. In early November anyway. It's not so possible during Sagittarius season, which is the second half of November. This person's never made a decision about you. They have never let this go. No one has. But the DF has let it go more than the runner side. They have never made a decision here. And because of that, they're fooling themselves. That's why the Seven of Cups came out here. There's only one of these cups with something good in it. The rest of it's all a bunch of fluffy bullshit and nonsense and smelly dead fish and all kinds of crap. They never made a decision. They just, you know, they're holding on to your energy, which is very bad. You should never do that. All right? If you're not going to do anything with someone's energy, let it go. You catch nothing but shit for knocking energy out of balance. Catch nothing but shit from the universe. Alright? Alright, here we go. And you might say, well, it's my free will to hold on to someone's... That's fine. But you're just a little human being, a little speck of energy in an entire vast universe of energy. Alright? You don't get... The energy is there. We don't control the energy. It's just there. You know. And holding on to it, you do what you want, you're working against energy. This person's working against their own best interests. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Tell me about this. It's such a tired energy. It really is. Okay. All right. This is the part in the reading. I've looked at the bottom card. This is the part in the reading where I say, if you're someone, we got a lot of new people here. A lot of you have been with me a while, so you know how I am. But we got a lot of new people here. If you're looking for readings and you're just going around YouTube looking for readings that are going to tell you someone regrets it and they're turning around and coming back, You can find that all day long. On the surface, surface energy. This person regrets what they've done. They've never made a decision about you. They're holding on to you. They're just delaying the inevitable. And yes, they're turning around and coming back. Okay? On the surface. There you go. You could shut off the video now. Because life is always more than just surface energy. I hate surface reads. They give people so much false hope and so much bullshit. It's unreal. This person that you're dealing with, this runner, okay? And why did I tell you all that? Well, because this person you're dealing with is in winter. They're going through something during this energy that's around us right now. It's Five of Pentacles here. This person is, and I've read this on them before, you know, it's like a woe is me type thing. They might suffer from depression. They might suffer from anxiety. They might suffer from both. They might be manic depressive. It may be all undiagnosed. It's the only thing that explains this behavior. Okay? This is what depressed people do. Okay? It goes in waves. Sometimes it's normal and they're okay. They function just fine. And sometimes it dips. And when it dips, that's when they lock themselves away in their room for 5 days and don't want to talk to anybody and just watch TV and eat bonbons. They gain 10 pounds. You know, it's that kind of energy. That's where this person is right now in this energy. The spiritual shit is hitting them hard. So they lash out internally, not externally. They're lashing out. You're not real. They're not the Nine of Pentacles. Nobody is the Nine of Pentacles, you know. And there's no decision being made. That's why the Emperor is sitting in the chair. And that's why 8 swords is attached to it. That's why this stubborn Emperor is here, refusing to put a hoof in the water. Right? Because she's refusing. I got all kinds of people refusing to go in the water here. And water is where you are. All right? There's an energy of winter around them. And it drains them in some level. What's on top? And if you don't believe me, that's fine. But that's what the energy is. You know? You might say, my person's fine, Steve. They're terrific. They just, you know, they're with somebody else and they don't. I got to tell you something. Okay? I've been studying psychology longer than most of you have been alive. This person is anything but fine. All right? This energy, and anybody who runs from a genuine offer of friendship or love, either or, without at least checking it out first to see what it might be, is anything but fine. There's something undiagnosed here that runs deep through this energy. It's why they flip-flop. It's why they're wishy-washy. And it's why I got the Star card here. All right? They're a manifestation they did at a period of, it was like a break glass in case of emergency manifestation at a really low point. Is here. They manifested this connection with you and it's here. It's right there. And under November's energy, and I'm just going to say it, this person, your runner, is naked to the universe. Right? Naked. And I'm not going to tell you a story about how somebody stole her clothes and now she's got to go up and face the music and go up to some stranger's house butt naked and ask for clothes. But it is kind of that sort of energy. Alright? They have to face this shit. This is something they have to go through. But they've been through it before. This person is brilliant, as we see here with the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords of Deception, at ignoring anything, just brushing stuff off. But they can't just brush you off. And that's a problem. So the universe keeps bringing their manifestation to them. Here we go again, coming around. But they're in some kind of winter. And I know it's not the reading people want to hear. But the equal and opposite reaction, the energy applies to you as well on your side. You're not in winter. You're learning from all of this. You're growing. Is this what you want? Do you want someone who's afraid to come at you? You don't ever want to sell a relationship to somebody. They're either interested or they're not. If you have to talk someone into being in a relationship with you, that's a fucking problem. You don't ever want to do that. All right? It's not like you're selling them a boat. You know, you could talk someone into buying your boat, but anybody who's been in sales knows that if you talk someone into it too much, they can get buyer's remorse afterward and return it. Right? Just come back and say, well, I changed my mind. Or come back the next day and say, well, I changed my mind, kind of thing. Then you get into a relationship with them and they change their mind. In a relationship, both sides need to be all in 100%. This person is going through something right now. In this energy, they're naked to the universe. They're having to look at their own shit. And they don't like what they see. It's very cold over there. Why is the star here? 7 of Cups came back. They're having to look at a lot of things. All right. They're also confused. I'm going to tell you something. Why they? It's really funny because they refuse. None so blind as those who will not see. They're confused as to in another layer of energy that's here. I'm just telling you this so you know. They're confused why you keep coming up. Why they can't get you out of their head. That alone is proof that you are the soulmate. You are the 9 of Pentacles. You are everything that they think you are. Yet, again, they come around and they refuse to believe it. They almost don't. This backs up that they almost don't want to believe it. They don't want you to be for real. Because if you're for real, they're not ready for you. They're in winter. Okay? So, yeah, sure. Every fucking tarot reading out here on YouTube, they regret it. They're turning around and coming back. You could expect communication. You might hear from this person. But I wouldn't expect anything other than deception and wishy-washy from them. Because their core energy is the Queen of Wands. And strength tells me, sure, you might hear from them. But you're hearing from somebody who's Fakey McFakerman. On top of Fakey McFakerman is 7 swords of deception. And here is wishy-washy. Right? So you have to dig deeper. They're going through something. Let them go through it. You know? You don't want them until they're done cooking. We talk about that a lot. And we said that last year at this time. We talked about turkeys, right? Put the turkey back in the oven. Energy is cyclical. It comes around. It was always... Do you think I have said 1,000 times, I would not be here if this was not a very difficult soulmate cycle. If surface reads that tell you your person has regrets, they're turning around and coming back were enough, I would have just left it alone and never come out to YouTube. I am not an internet person. I'm a hermit. Okay? If I had my way, I'd just be, whatever, by myself, doing my studies. I got my little life that I live. I'm fine. I'm not an attention seeker by any means. But I'm here. And because this is a tough cycle. And proof of it was when I first got here and my email address was out there. I got thousands. I got hammered with thousands of confused people. This person, this reader here, or this person here was saying they're coming back, but they don't come back. But when they do, they're not ready. Why is it? This is such a complex cycle. But because of that, there's so much you can learn from it. There's so much growth potential that it's worth being a part of. So yeah, you might hear from this person, but they're going through something. Let them finish cooking. This energy that's around right now is amazing for change. It really is. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. It's a tough cycle. My point is, I always knew from the beginning, and I've said it from the beginning, it's going to take these runners a while. So focus on your lessons. Focus on they're a cautionary tale for you. This is what happens when you allow yourself to be shut down. This is what happens when you push things back and you don't look at them. This is what happens when you allow people to put expectations on you. Or this is what happens when you live a life that's against your soul's true purpose. That's very common with the Leo angle on this, the Leo soap opera. Somebody just refusing to admit over there that they're living their life that's against their soul's true purpose. They're living a life somebody else wanted for them or taught them that they should have, one or the other. This person's kind of like that in some respects, but it's more psychological in this person's case. In the angle of Cancer in particular. There's a lot of shit coming up from the depths. This person's still working through it. But they've never let you go. And they can't, and they're confused. They actually tell themselves they're confused as to why they can't put this down. They manifested this. Any growth they've had is because of you. Any growth they've had. If you hadn't had a soul recognition with this person, if the universe hadn't brought you two together in some way, if you hadn't crossed paths, this person would still be exactly where they are. Exactly where they were, I should say. You know, they're further along now than where they were. And they think about you constantly. That's clear from the Ten of Wands. You make them happy. That's clear from Justice. But there's always a but attached to it. So there's no need to be confused. These soulmate cycles are so that you can grow. Your lessons are for you. Their lessons are for them. There's no destiny that you're supposed to be with somebody. You might be. And this soulmate cycle really does contain the most potential I've seen. This is the fourth one I'm old enough to have studied. The most potential I've seen for two people to be together for, you know, a long time. 80 years old, walking in the park, telling everyone how you met. Sure. But the laws of physics apply, you know. It's equal and opposite reaction. Again, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be worked out, which means there's a lot to be gained. So, it is what it is. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. It's going to be very easy in the month of November to sugarcoat readings. So be careful who you get your information from, and don't get your hopes up that somebody's going to show up. If it was that easy, they would have already done it. It's not. These people, these runners in this cycle have serious psychological things going on in their own way. Each angle, each sign has it slightly different. But they all have some serious, the runners were far worse off than the non-runners. The DF's primary lesson was one of self-worth. Getting that Empress energy up and learning that if someone's not interested, fine, see you later. Don't just keep giving love where love's not coming back. It was a pretty simple lesson to cure, right? It's pretty straightforward. The DM side, the runner side, which is primarily the runner side here, really got love all wrong. I mean, they just got it wrong, and people don't like to admit they were wrong. Message from the universe: Ace of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Page of Wands, and crossing the Five of Swords is the Knight of Pentacles. They're working on it. Okay? This is the base energy. These two are the outliers. The forward movement energy. They're working on it. Slow. It's a slow. The Knight of Pentacles, he got a racehorse, but he's walking. It's a slow energy, right? There's a lot of stuff to work through here. A lot of stuff to work through. Each one of these pentacles contains some shit to work through. There's a lot. It's just backing up what I just got done telling you while I was shuffling. As I'm shuffling, everything is energy. As I'm shuffling, my words are putting energy in. The universe is like, okay, well, we'll talk about what Steve said. Okay. They're working on it. But this person is one of their main problems is short-sightedness. You know, they can usually just brush things off, but they're having a hard time with that with you. And this is the slowest energy. This is Grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour, the Ace of Pentacles. Slow to learn, but they are sort of getting it. You know, this is all to build for a solid new beginning. For each side, whether you're together or not. You know, if you love this person unconditionally, then you only care that they're happy. You don't, it's selfish to think, well, as long as they're with me and happy. That's selfish. That means you got a lot more work to do. Okay? That's not what this is about. All right? Unconditional love is unconditional. Right? And that is serious balanced energy. Once you can feel and process unconditional love, true unconditional love, your life will be a whole lot better. You're living under an energy of justice at that point, right? This person right here, they might reach out under this current energy. They might, but they're going to be it's going to be small talk at the very most, okay? But I see it. There's communication here. But they're still there. And they're growing and they're whatever. This person here needs to go through what they're going through. All right? The universe wants you to know, for those waiting for communication, it is possible. But it's from a child. It's from an emotional child. This is my party girl. right? She don't do a lot of talking. She go to the party just to bang. All you got to do is say hi to her and give her a beer, and you're squeaking away in the fucking laundry room, right? It's not, and there's not a lot of conversation afterward, because she's just going to mingle with the party and try to find someone else to do that with. She likes variety. That said, you know, they might reach out. And it's something you've waited for a long time, but you'd be wiser to wait a little longer and focus on your lessons. This person is basically this right here. They got a lot of shit to deal with, and they a fucking mess, like my coffee house guy here. The reason I make coffee at home, right? If they do reach out and you see it as a victory, you're being short-sighted a little bit, because they've got a lot of stuff that they need to work on. And I'm just being honest with you. I'm sure I'll get the thumbs downs for it, but I don't fucking care. The people that do that are the ones who just don't want to hear it. So I'll give you the sugar coat too. Okay? Yep. They regret it, they're turning around, and they're coming back. They're going to reach out. There. Now I'm just like every other channel. Look, truth isn't always fun. But these people here, look, see? Proof. 5 of Wands fueling this. This is a lot of shit. They got a lot of shit they're dealing with. So here's your energy right here. This Knight of Pentacles, they are dealing with it. They are taking care of it, but they're basically this person. They're having a lot of inner conflict right now. Let it play out. November is a very spiritual month that leads to, according to my Q4 reading, an Ace of Pentacles crossed by a Fool in December. And that's a pretty solid new beginning on new ground. For both you and them. Maybe together, maybe not. Who cares? Don't you just want to be happy? And have a new beginning and be a new person? That's what you should care about. And you should want this person to be happy and get their lessons out of this. Well, they're definitely getting spanked here in November. Whether they choose to ignore the energy or not is up to them. We can't predict free will. They have free will to just let it blow by and forget about it. It's up to them. All right? Just like it's up to you. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. It's what's going on in the energy in the soulmate cycle right now. And it changes all the time. The cycle's picking up speed. It's going to be a very fast-moving cycle in 2023. It's going to be very fast, I assure you. In fact, it starts to really speed up when Jupiter goes direct later at the end of this month, toward the end of this month. You'll see when I pull on that. We'll talk about that more. Grandma on the freeway, Grandma's going to hit the gas around that time. That is your reading. I hope it was helpful. If I helped one person with this, hey, I've done my job, karmically speaking. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck.